Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiati, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woo! Oh my God, studio audience, thank you. Wow, thank you, studio audience. You guys keep getting better, brighter, and more green because we're recording this on St. Patty's Day. I gotta shake my green ball. Sorry. I just watched something crazy. We'll get back to that eventually. But welcome to The Patty Show. I'm Patty, y'all. Episode 30, Positivity, Unleashing Your Inner Sunshine. Ooh. Whoa. The studio audience, y'all getting a raise after this. You know? Like I said, welcome back to The Patty Show. Just want to shout out to everyone out there tuning in. Shout out to my boy Chris Hudson for the last episode 29. We were talking about pleasure, body positivity, and that amazing studio, y'all. That was crazy. We got to go back there soon, but, budget cuts. It's tough out here in the hood. That's why we got to make money for the film festivals that are coming up soon.
Amen.
And speaking of amen, I got two lovely guests over here. Speaking of filmmakers and good vibes, first person I got to introduce. First up, we have a gifted director, producer, actress. She does it all. Don't play now. She embodies Indonesian excellence.
What is this?
And then made my time on set a blessing and a blast. Let's give it up for Victoria. Indonesian excellence, of course. And next to Indonesian excellence, we also have some more excellence on her left. Next to her, we have also a multi-hyphenated storyteller. Writer, producer, director with the fun energy that radiates all the sets, y'all. Radiates it all. Nice and shining like the sunshine. You know what I'm saying? He is making Indonesia super proud, of course.
Of course.
Emphasis on pride. Shout out to pride. You know what I'm saying? Right? Shout out. Coming out. I wouldn't have had as much fun being an aerobics instructor that shaked his booty without his vision. Give it up.
Much booty.
A little emphasis on booty and green balls. Maybe yellow. Give it up for Cedric, everybody. Woo! Oh my God, y'all. This was a long time coming. Thank you guys for coming today. It's been a while, y'all. We haven't seen each other in a while, but please, y'all, give a little self-intro, life, story, hobbies, passions, of course, how we met, and all that good stuff. Please, whoever wants to start, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Victoria will start.
Cedric will start.
Indonesian excellent.
What do you mean?
Okay. I'm gonna take one for the team.
I'll take one for the team. He always takes one for the team.
So, my name is Cedric.
Cedric!
I try to write and direct films. I work in a production company, and I'm
Array, right? Array.
Yes.
Shout out Array.
Yes. And one day I was looking for an actor for this very fun little short for this Indonesian exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were looking for auditioning, no one was energetic enough. No one was like enough. Until we saw Patty's audition, like Patty's secret audition. Available on OnlyFans.
Patty Show on OnlyFans at Patty Show Pod. Emphasis on Big Pod. I'm kidding, Mom. I love you. Please keep watching. Thank you very much. You're crazy for that. Yes, secret audition. Yes, please.
Yes. But that's how I met Patty, and Patty was wonderful in the audition.
Thank you.
Amazing. Got the role. Nailed the role. Maybe too much.
A little too realistic.
Yeah, but he nailed the role.
Thank you very much.
Just after that, still making films after that.
Yes, he does it all. Woo, Cedric! We appreciate you, my bro. We'll
thank you.
Get back to you soon eventually. Victoria, could you give your little life?
Please. What is that introduction, first of all?
Come on now. Of course, I got you. I gotta be real with you. Excellence, y'all. I'm telling you, when I was on set, both of you guys, it was, man, I was nervous each time. I was shaking a little too much, if you know what I'm saying. When y'all watch the short film, you'll see why I was shaking a little too much. I was nervous with them because they had You guys just inspire me. This is my flowers quick section. Y'all, young, talented, giving it all. Don't I have my own little mic over here? Don't worry. Gotta show got my little mic over here. But they inspire me every day. I can't believe it took this long for y'all to go in the podcast. 30 episodes in, and y'all finally. We gotta get everybody else, Owen, everybody, the whole crew. But you guys, man, inspire me. Keep doing your creative stuff. Keep inspiring the Indos, everybody out there. And arigato, all that stuff. Terima kasih, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Patty
thank
Show. You know what I'm saying? You guys are the best. But Victoria, yes, continue again. Your life story.
Life story. Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm Cedric's friend since we were 5 years old.
Oh my God! Wait, so y'all moved together, or like?
Not really. So
walk me through that.
So we went to the same school from middle school to high school, and then that's when we started making films together.
Okay.
And we're friends since then. And then
where were y'all at? In Jakarta or
Jakarta? And then we went our separate ways after high school, both in film school, and then we met again in LA 2 summers ago.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
We made our first film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the exercise.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, what are all the first films? Shout them out. Come on. I know it's out there.
Yeah.
IMDb, all of them.
It's on Cedric's YouTube channel.
No.
Where's on secret YouTube channel.
Secret YouTube channel. OnlyFans.
Oh no!
Oh no, Mom. Sorry, we love you. That's a different film. Oh my God!
Oh, Patty edition.
Patty cake with no hands.
Oh,
that's sorry, y'all. This is a special episode of the Patty Show. That's why. Special episode.
R-rated episode.
P-rated for pleasure. Forget positivity. Positively pleasurable. You guys did this. You guys started this. But we did a short film
together.
The backtrack with the films though, because you guys, I saw y'all did a little film in Indonesia though together. Weren't you like voice acting?
Oh,
see, I did my research, Victor. I know you.
Which one is
Which
this?
one? Oh, I think I know which one he meant.
Come on, I was reading.
It's a very religious film.
Very religious film. It's
my God! No!
Yeah, come on, bring it up. Silk Road. What is it?
Oh my
You
God.
dug that far?
Oh yeah, of course. I do my research on the Patty Show, y'all. That's
that's a very do not watch the film.
Oh, do watch the film, but give me the premise.
It's about the director can speak.
The producer can speak too.
No, it's about
it's about
people.
the man
above.
Jesus,
shout out.
Jesus himself.
But it's about three young children exploring the Silk Road.
Yeah.
And what is the Silk Road exactly?
It's a mesh of different cultures.
Okay.
And beliefs and religions. Yes.
And is this so you guys who wrote it though? By the way, I didn't get to see this.
We're not the main writers, but we have our friend Nadine. She's the main writer, and then we just help out here and there.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's about faith. It's about journey of discovering yourself.
All the intersectionality.
Self-discovery, what you believe.
Okay. And so you guys, since you guys basically grew up with each other, were you guys always artists? Did you have like an art class that you took, maybe Victoria?
Yeah, Victoria.
I read her articles. That's how I know.
Oh my
Victoria
God.
has a lot of art experience.
Yes, talk me through that.
Well, I guess so. I mean, I've always been artistic since I was a kid.
And is that from the family, like your parents also?
No.
What did they do, brother?
My parents are bankers.
Oh, there we go. Shout out. That's the Indo. That's Indo as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. BTA or which one?
Yeah.
BCA sponsor the Patty Show. What BCA is? Bang
Central
Asia. BCA. PATTYSHOW. That's where you can find us. Patty Show Podcast. TikTok, YouTube. Website is pattysetiati.com/podcast or pattyshow.podbean.com. Stop playing. Subscribe to YouTube. Anyway, yes, sorry.
Yes, BCA.
That's crazy. I don't know how I guessed that. But so they were bangers, and then how did they get into the whole art stuff like with you?
I think it's because I have ADHD and they just want me to sit still.
And they're like, "We'll give you some
like,
paintbrushes."
Yeah,
and stuff.
let's put you into art class, and then that's when it all started.
Wow! And it started with what? Like, was it like the physical arts first, and then like what? What did
coloring, drawing, and then it evolves into like painting, and then
when did theater come into?
Oh,
theater kid too. You know how it is. Theater, shout out theater kid.
I guess
theater kid too.
Yeah. Oh my God, Cedric has to elaborate. Experience.
Oh man, don't tell me about the behind the curtain theater stuff. Because I know what happened when he opened the door.
Oh,
is that where we discovered everything?
What is it?
To be continued.
You have to pay $50 for the system. You know, I'm learning from the banker's daughter right here. You know, make the money. Come on now.
I am not like my parents.
We have no money.
Don't worry, me too, y'all. Don't worry. That's why financial aid is the best. Shout out financial aid. You know.
No, but like me and Victoria, we made like in the past, like we made like theater, like musical.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
Together, we performed at school. She draws, I draw too.
Oh my god, I didn't even know you draw.
Yeah, it's hidden.
Charcoal.
I'm telling y'all, he does it all. This guy.
This guy.
Oil paints.
You too? What do you mean?
No.
You a clear
Oil
paint?
All I do is put oil on my arms. Teaser for the movie, y'all. You gotta see it for yourself.
Rhythmic exercise with Priyadi.
There we go. Rhythmic exercise with Priyadi.
Premieres in Seattle.
Seattle. April 5th.
April 4th. 5th.
Oh, 5th.
4th
of it. One of those days. 4th. We'll put the links, all that good stuff. But it's gonna be fun. A lot of shaking. Let's see. You guys know what aerobics are? Forget that. Basically, it's everything in the kitchen sink. That's all I gotta say. A lot of sausages.
Oh.
Sounds crazy. But yeah, it's a good vibe. It's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, the life story stuff, right? So that's I didn't know you guys were like so closely knit together. Wow.
Yeah. Unplanned. Nothing is unplanned.
And then who moved to LA first though?
You did.
I did. Yeah.
You did. And then
yes.
Because I was like a year behind in school, so that I moved then.
Okay.
I moved 1 year before Victoria moved to LA.
And then the reason y'all moved to LA was, of course, like filmmaking and all that sort of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you ever think of like doing a New York stint maybe or something like that? Was it ever in the cards?
Man, I wish.
New York is more theater.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, I would. I
It's a
love
nice
theater.
city.
Yeah, it's a
How
nice city.
expensive?
Oh yeah, it's expensive. I mean, LA's expensive too. I can't lie to you. The gas and everything. Parking.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. LA, man, I love you, but I don't love you, man.
No.
It's tough.
It's
it makes you,
crazy.
it makes you be like, what in the world? Like, and the traffic is terrible. Not as bad as Indo though. Indo
Indo is
No,
hell.
worse.
Yeah, Indo is too much torture to be honest. To be honest with you, but I'm curious now about this future project that we have coming up.
Oh,
yes, this
future project.
What are your titles for the production, brother? Because you guys have a lot.
Oh,
You're a writer, director. You know, Priyadi's shaking the booty.
Oh. So yeah, for this upcoming short film that Patty Satyadi stars in as Priyadi Abadi. It's titled Rhythmic Exercise of Priyadi. Tells the story of, it goes back to the times where we see old Indonesia, old satellite television Indonesia, and we'll see how it plays out, you know? And I was the writer and director for it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Amazing writing.
Clap, clap.
And Victoria.
I was the casting director.
So
I get to see Patty's clip.
Yes.
Firsthand, and we immediately know.
You know what's funny? I
was
remember the first time we physically met, you're like, I saw your...
Man.
she looked at me like this. I saw your clip, man. I was like, you're going to see it all later. You're going to see it all later, then. You're going to see it all. That whole process. Also, shout out to my brother. He's in the back somewhere over there.
Woo.
The reason I did the audition is because of him.
That's true.
And then it was also from Max. Shout out to Max too, because Max worked with Arnold, my brother, and he was like, "Yo, you should audition." And Arnold was like, "I don't know," but I know who can. And that's basically when I just moved to LA, like a couple weeks after I moved or something.
Mention that, yeah.
The timing was like perfect, and I did like so many random jobs to try to make money. I literally recorded it the day after. Full day of working like restaurant, Squid Game, everything. Chape banget. I was tired, y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the lines.
You're like,
I was looking at you. I didn't even know the lines. And
it's like that.
And also more context. I wasn't even. I was like not retired for acting, but kind of I took like a hiatus. I was traveling more. I didn't do acting in a while. Yeah. I jumped back in, and that role was a blessing because it was so much fun, organic. I love that you were like, you were like, you didn't know any of the lines, to be honest with you, but you would be a perfect fit. And I'm like, thank God.
Because I think that's the most important thing.
Okay,
I think when we audition, when we try to find actors, like we don't find people who memorize a song.
Okay, that's good tip.
That's the most important thing because you will do that later when you got cast.
That's good to know because I got some auditions tomorrow, y'all. So
Wait, you still do have to memorize.
Oh, sorry.
It depends on the casting.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I would.
Okay.
Like as long as you get the character or get the vision.
The embodiment, okay.
Yeah,
we look for vibes.
Oh, okay, vibes. So that would be like one of your biggest tips for like any, up and coming actors that want to get into the industry and stuff, or anything else for that?
Yeah, I mean, don't focus on memorizing the lines. Like, focus on actually like getting the character, the personality, the vibes right. I mean, that's the most important part.
Yeah, because I feel like that really opened my mind too. Because I think about it, like, it's like when you have a job interview, some of the stuff you can get trained. Most of the stuff you can get trained.
Yeah.
Like you do the interview, it's a vibe check basically.
Yeah.
But not for every company or every like casting director or people like that. So you kind of have to prepare, but it's so hard. This whole entertainment industry is so cutthroat. You never know. Timing is a big thing too. Like I said, y'all, I think I submitted it late too. Honestly, I remember.
I know.
Cause I told you I had so much stuff. I was like, I told Max, I'm like, yo, sorry, my man. I have to submit it late. Is that okay? And luckily he was like, yeah. I was like, thank God.
We still haven't got anybody. I mean,
that's crazy.
Wow. Like we've got tapes, obviously, and we watched them all. But it's like we haven't found, like, we have an idea of who this person might be, but like we don't have Priyadi yet.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's
why we were like, okay, we're gonna wait. Let's see.
That's nerve wracking too. Now when I think about it, like, I mean, I didn't think about it then because I was just like, all right, it's already like almost 11 o'clock at night. Let me send something. Let me just do whatever. I was like, make sure I send it. But that's crazy. So how does that feel for you guys then? Because you guys have to have a certain schedule for everything. Were you guys like nervous? Like, oh man, then we'd have to cast someone that isn't the vibe or whatever. Like, how did you guys think through that stuff and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like super, super hard.
Yeah,
it was nerve wracking because we were on a deadline, and the goal was always to find like Priyadi definitely needs to be Indonesian.
Yeah,
the tantas, all the dancers need to be like Southeast Asian or Indonesian.
Yeah.
It was all sort of like an Asian cast, like 95% Indonesian.
Yeah,
and that's like the challenging part of it is that because we don't have a lot of Indonesian actors who are based in LA and are fluent in Indonesian.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
And that's why when we were looking through the tapes for Priyadi Abadi, like we're like, like some of them memorize the lines, but like you can't tell from the accents. I'm like, oh, this is not, because this is supposed to set in Indonesia.
Yeah, it was like 2000s,
the
right?
early 2000s Indonesia, and somehow you came along and like,
accent.
I'm like,
like
who is this Patty? Yeah, who is this Patty Setiadi? And
there got to be too much.
Not even born and raised in Indonesia, but like it's like so fluent, so.
Y'all gotta watch it. Like I said, April 5th, April 4th, whatever it is, it's gonna be out there because it's gonna be online too, right?
April 4th is the in person at Seattle.
Yes.
And I think starting April 10th, there's online screenings.
Yeah, online screenings. So it's gonna be fun. I'm telling y'all. I'm not just saying it because I'm there, but like y'all, shout out to both of y'all. Like, because I only do mainly the front stuff, hosting, acting, all this stuff. The behind the scenes, that work is 20 times harder, y'all. Like, so much flowers to you guys. Like, when they're on set, everything was professional, on time. Snacks were... No, this is my... Snacks were amazing, y'all. Shout out to, what's that, Indo Food?
Oh, Simpa. No, with Sate. Mr. Sate.
Mr. Sate, shout out to you. That food was bomb. Indo AF. They're so authentic, man. And then everyone over there, the whole crew, everyone's so professional. Shout out to all the baby oil on my everything. Glitter baby oil, like...
So Stella.
Oh my God, Stella, everybody. I love you. Listen, everybody. We're gonna have you on the Patty Show soon, But honestly, like, I need to know how y'all do that. Because how do you guys make a film like that? Because you guys have made so many other films too. How did you schedule everything from, when did we start rehearsing and everything?
February,
right? Something like that. Yeah. But you guys had the whole build up before because you also did writing. Yeah. So how did you walk me through that timeline of like, from whatever months before and then now it's premiering stuff? How do you do that whole process? Like, do you schedule it? What's your process through the creative thing, like with everything?
I think Victoria can agree to, like, because like it all starts with the writing, honestly.
Oh, that's number one.
That's number one.
Like, first step.
You have to have like a draft of, like, at least a solid draft of a script, a working draft before actually scheduling, doing like soft prep development or anything like that.
Soft prep. What does that mean? What's soft? The soft prep? Hold on. Sorry.
Oh my God.
OnlyFans. He said it. Soft prep. You gotta explain this to me. People are trying to learn now.
No, soft prep is when you start actually scheduling, rough scheduling.
Oh, so you make it soft before it's hard. Hold up. No. What I mean, hold on. This is why we have this to cover.
Run away.
Come in. So the software is like it's fluid, so it's kind of like a guideline. Or
Yeah,
something?
like
guideline.
It's
Okay.
like a rough idea.
Rough draft.
Idea of like, you know what? Maybe we will aim to film in April. Maybe
Okay.
we'll aim to lock locations, everything like that.
You.
I mean, you have to have locations.
Of course, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but the script itself was already written way back in like the November or like December. Yeah.
So 23 then, right? 2023.
20. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because we recorded 2024. Yeah.
And then after I got a solid script of the draft, I immediately told Stella, Owen, and Victoria.
Okay. Your crew. Shout out to them.
The producers.
I love that
because they're the first ones who needs to know about.
Of course.
What's going on?
What's censored that? Don't worry.
About what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You know, because they need to know. And you know, after that, we start. You know, budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the line producer comes in. That's where you know, you have all the permits, all the location, all the stuff, that kind of stuff, and that's when we start, scheduling, budgeting, everything, and then we start casting. You want to talk about?
Oh yeah, please. So don't do it. Yeah.
Casting for Priyad with my exercise with Priyadi. So we started just doing it on like the casting sites, like normally.
The Actors Access, all that stuff.
Yeah, Breakdown Services or Actors Access. But that's the only casting site first that we use.
Okay.
We get a couple of submissions, but for Priyadi, there's only like literally only 2 or 3, or we got like the one who actually genuinely can speak Indonesian, because people would submit anyways, even though they're not.
Shoot. Respect to them. I can't even lie. I've done one where the casting is like black. I didn't get it though. I didn't get.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't get. I could. I don't want to get canceled.
People.
Song black, you know.
We got some.
Oh yeah,
we get.
Maybe they're flexible, you know.
Yeah, maybe if I just get more tan.
Ambiguous in their own interpretation. So
like, I'm a quarter black or something. Oh, so you had people that were like not Indonesian or like not Southeast Asian looking.
And I also like I get it if their agents submitted and then not really understanding what I mean. I don't know. But yeah,
that's been funny. The agent was like, "Here, do the thing," and it's like a white guy, like,
yeah,
okay, what is that?
Well, obviously, they're not gonna get picked.
Yeah, they're like, wait a minute.
Good to try. And then we cast the kids. I think that's one of the toughest ones.
Oh yeah, how was that whole process with the kids?
It was a little challenging because we are a non-union production, so a lot of kids in LA are either the ones that are wanting to act usually already have an agent.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna like an agent will try to submit them. I guess will try to submit them to like a union productions or like at least like try to I don't know a high budgeted non-union or something like that. But we are not, and we pay them, but we are not. And so it was like we get a lot of submissions, and then once we ask them for like the tapes and everything, and then like tell them about the payments and all that stuff. The deal breaks, so we got to move into different casting sites. So it was really tough, and we also were looking for someone who actually looks decently Indonesian, like Southeast Asian, like either Chinese Indonesians or like one of the Malay Indonesian. Like,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So it was really tough. Only one of the kids are actually Indonesian, which I didn't.
Oh really?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
I think Cedric got to meet the parents or something.
Yeah, I mean, we met the parents from the KJRI,
the consulate.
Yeah,
shout out the consulate. You guys sponsored the Patty Show.
Yeah, the consulate. Like,
I love that place, man.
Yeah, they helped out a lot in like scouting, like all even like the moms who are dancing with you, you know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shout out to that one.
Yeah, Tante Lisa was really super helpful, like in finding all the other moms to Santara dance.
Yeah, shout out to them too. Great performers.
Because it was hard.
It was hard.
Initially, we were planning to like just like try to cast like maybe some like Southeast Asian dancers,
some Thai girls or something.
Yeah, but we found like these like tante.
Yeah, they're authentic. They knew how to dance, y'all.
They knew how to
shout out
like,
to them. They really
and it's like that works out like really perfect.
Yeah.
Because that was like one of the biggest challenges actually finding that actor like that.
Yeah.
The actors, the group. Of dance.
That's the thing also, because this is like a period piece in its own self, so you need that. It's hard because like acting, obviously, like I can act as somebody else, but you need that authenticity. We can't have Denzel as Priyadi. Denzel, I love you, Denzel. Return my call. Stop playing. But you know what I'm saying? Like that would I don't know if you guys want to do a different universe where Denzel is doing the.
Oh,
Imagine Denzel's doing aerobics. He could probably do it. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Indonesian is a Papua maybe. He's right.
maybe.
Priadio.
Oh.
You know. Sorry, Denzel. I love you. We were just watching like Fences and stuff like all this stuff.
Oh, Fences.
That's what with our
It's a
other
good
thing.
movie.
But yeah, so really like those period pieces, you really have to find that authenticity, but also like be open, right, to people that are like kind of because you can't hit the nail on the coffin all the time because some of it is super specific, like you were saying, like the Indo, like Indos that can do this and that, and the fact that you guys pivoted, that's respect. I don't know how you guys can stay on the feet and not explode your head because there's so many different factors that you gotta think about. Like I'm telling you, they had everything locked down. Everything was so professional. It was like my first like little professional thing too. So it was a good, it was super fun with y'all, and I appreciate you guys greatly. Thanks for coming on the Patty Show. Also, they do a lot of stuff. Shout out to Cinema Inclusion. Stop playing. There's a lot. That's what I'm telling you.
Cinema Inclusion.
Can you talk me to that? When did that become your child? That's your child, basically. With 2 years old now, 2, 3.
Yeah,
2 years old. 2, 3 years old.
Yeah.
Talk me through that. The birth of Cinema Inclusion.
My goodness.
Please.
So yeah, I mean, Cinema Inclusion is it's basically a media collective. It's where like us like it's a way for us. It's not an LLC. It's not a company or anything. It's just a small like media collective where we collectively decide, okay, we need more like Indonesian films like in the US. And so like we focus on crafting, nurturing, developing like weird and different like unique like Indonesian films of the Indonesian diaspora or anything by Indonesian directors, anything by Indonesian creatives, and we develop, produce them, submit it to festivals and everything like that.
Wow, they support all the Indos right there.
Yeah.
And that's why they support the Patty Show. Stop playing. Patty Show, Cinema Inclusion, co-sponsor. We'll make something happen. We'll make t-shirts or something. That's how we make the money. I told you.
Yeah.
Bangers on
Buy it.
Buy it. Stop playing. The shop is, all the merch, No, because you guys have a lot of great like stuff over there. I saw the website. I know there's one coming up that's gonna be in Atlanta soon, though. Victoria, talk about that one. Talk about that one. What's the name? Give me a quick little synopsis. Get people hyped up. What is it called?
It's called The Next Thing I Know I'm Dead.
A
little dark. A little dark.
What's a quick little snippet about it?
It's about these two sisters who it's actually kind of sad. It's about these two sisters who just went through like a grief period in their lives, and then they're trying to understand it by playing pretend and trying to find, trying to understand by
some solace out
what
of it,
they know how they know most, which is play. So
wow,
it's a different from S-Guy.
Very different type of death.
Very different.
Okay. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Dun, dun, dun. That'd be crazy. But shout out to you again because you got the Atlanta Film Festival.
Yeah, it's
Oscar qualifying Atlanta.
Yeah, there we go. And the April, so everyone tune into that. We're gonna get all the links. It's gonna be good vibes. But like I said, I'm so grateful for you guys both. Thanks for the Patty Show. Enough of the negativity, because today we're talking about positivity, y'all. They're laughing already. They're laughing.
We're positive. We're the most positive.
The most positive people I ever met, Yes. Our first talking point today, y'all, the power of Patty positivity. Positivity in general. My first question to kick things off, y'all. What are some benefits of embracing positivity, and how does it improve your lives individually? Who wants to start off with that?
Victoria.
Be as honest as possible.
To be honest, we're not very positive person.
Okay.
That's why we learn.
That's why we're learning. That's why they're here.
That's why we can only embrace positivity if you know what negativity feels like.
Oh, that's a bar.
That's a soundbite right there.
That's hot, right? That's fire. Told you, write it right here. Stop playing now. Elaborate more on that. So you need the little bit negativity. So you need the darkness.
Yeah.
To know when there's the sunlight.
To appreciate the positivity.
Okay.
Because both of us are kind of like negative people. We self-doubt a lot. We have imposter syndrome.
I feel that too, but I feel like imposter syndrome is also positive.
Oh.
Hear me out. That sounds crazy, y'all. That sounds crazy. But I think the reason people get imposter syndrome is because they love the thing that they do so much and they don't want to become an imposter.
Come on, Patty!
Stop playing.
Soundbite right there.
Stop playing. Arigato. Oh, that's just terima kasih. You know what I'm saying? But no, honestly, I like, for example, like with the whole reality stuff and all the acting, I get imposter syndrome all the time. Especially when you call me, like, I'm like, wait, me? I haven't acted, like I said, in ages, and I'm like, I told my brother, I'm like, nggak salah nih, like, this not wrong. Like, is this a Patty prank show? Like, they really want me, you know? But then
9 gag,
you know, it's like, wait a minute. But then I gave him my all, and I always have a fun time. Like, I'm so blessed for the opportunity. Thanks again for that. Where are some moments that you guys have felt imposter syndrome? Because you've had a long career in like the entertainment, storytelling, all that stuff. Victoria, any moments that stuck out to you?
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah. And how did you overcome it, or maybe not overcome it? I guess.
Imposter syndrome every day of my life.
LOL.
Film festival.
Oh my god.
Yeah, talk me through it, because you did have a film festival.
Oh my god, when we were in the film festival, I mean, I would call myself like still a filmmaker. Like I don't know if I'm like a director or a writer or whatever. I don't know if that applies to you.
No,
I don't just, like in general.
Yeah,
both of us being humble.
Yeah.
We don't dare to call ourselves like writer director yet, because you know we haven't gone to like Sundance.
We haven't get
Soon.
paid for doing this stuff. Like we're paying ourselves basically. But like when we go to film festivals, we just went to Disorient.
Yeah, that looked
that
amazing, by the way. Icing on her cake.
It was really good.
Icing on her cake.
I don't know, but our block played, and we just happened to sit in front.
Yeah.
So everybody's like behind us. We only can hear their reactions.
Yeah.
And then our film played.
Yeah, and like it felt
God.
like, because like all the films in the block like was really, really good.
Really,
like
really,
surprising,
really
like wow, like these are really
The
good.
show stopping like crazy. Like,
Yeah, and both of us immediately had imposter syndrome. We were like,
just like
oh,
my
like
God.
are we the? This is are we?
you question yourself.
Like,
a
did
little
we
bit.
have the worst film?
in the
Yeah,
block?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
literally the like the entire time I was just like, oh my God, we got the worst film.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I think it feels worse than like getting rejected into
Than
like
to
a film
film it.
festivals now, because it's just like, oh my God, you don't want to be the worst film.
Yeah.
Because you gotta get up there, and then they're gonna ask you questions, and you're just like,
yeah. You're like,
ooh.
ooh. But you know, once again, it's imposter syndrome. You know, we're still learning as
Yeah,
humans.
absolutely. They're still
Yeah.
growing.
Overcoming
Yeah.
it, you
I mean,
know.
as our career grows,
You're gonna
Yeah.
look back at it and be like, okay, that was a stepping stone for the next step, for the
Yeah.
next step kind of thing. Because I love I watched it. When was it? Last year, right? When you guys had another for icing on our cake.
Oh yeah.
I had to leave because I had to go to work. Sorry, shout out to work, y'all. You know, gotta make money. Like I said, I wish I was a millionaire already, so I could do everything for free. Patty Show, sponsor us. Stop playing. You know, maybe I have to really make the OnlyFans. Like,
Patty 17 dash OnlyFans. Oh.
he's my what is he gonna be? Manager? Yeah, sure. Pimp daddy? No. Maybe not. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He did make me do a lot of crazy things for this. So, but you know, because that film is fun, y'all. Don't get imposter syndrome. I know it's easier said than done, because I feel that all the time. I'm like, even with the podcast, I'm like, oh, I feel like, oh, should I record? Should I do this? Should I do this? But then you just sometimes you gotta look at it and be like, forget this. No one cares. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because I love it. You know,
Like, you just gotta do it.
yeah,
You just gotta do it.
because it's like the more you think about it and just analyze it, the worse you feel. Like the inside of you is just like you just, it does not feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then especially with, I mean, you guys did so much stuff, and you guys are continuing to do stuff. What are some new projects that are coming up, by the way? Any? I'm curious because I want to be in some of them. That's you know. Please don't make it a rated R
what
scene.
is
Though.
our project, Cedric?
Yeah. So
Any teasers? Any teasers?
Should we
a
tease?
little
Should we
tease,
tease? A
yeah,
little
I mean,
tease?
please.
we do have like with Big X's as a PRD, and the next thing I know,
Still
I'm dead.
going.
So
Yeah, still
going on,
going.
beginning their festival runs.
Yes. Woo.
April and May, hopefully 2 more festivals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, I'm gonna
hopefully.
be there.
Yeah,
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
some LA festivals soon.
Oh yeah. Oh please, that'll be
Yes.
so funny.
You know, but other than that, like, we've been developing each of our own shorts.
Oh.
And something together as well.
Something
Okay,
together as well.
okay.
So
So we got
3 projects.
Yeah.
Oh my
Development.
God! I didn't even know it was that many. Honestly, guys, I didn't know. I told y'all they work hard right here.
trying to.
In addition to work, you know,
Yeah,
gotta make
absolutely.
money.
Gotta
Shout
make
out
money.
to work.
Shout out to money.
Shout out to-
Shout out to money.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we're making, so, you know, it's 2 mixed media short documentary.
Oh okay.
and one
narrative.
Okay, interesting. Are you guys thinking of doing like a feature, like a longer, soon?
Down the line, we've been talking. I mean, we've been talking. Yeah, we wanted to do something like that, but like trying to find the story of what we're trying to say or tell. Because like for me at least, it's because we're in LA and we're Indonesians, and I'm still in the middle of like, do I want to write? Like, I don't know how Indonesian American experience is like because I'm not Indonesian American. I don't know how Asian American in general experience is like. It's different. Like, I'm not even an immigrant yet. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just trying to find. I feel like for feature films, you gotta be more specific in terms of like what you want to say. And so it's still like as I discover myself,
you want to still have like the life experience to like guide you, because in the next year you could be a completely different person. Next 2 years, write about different things. And I love how you mentioned the difference between like the Indonesian Americans and Indonesians, because when I went to school in Penabur, shout out to them, they bullied the hell out of me. 7th and 8th grade, y'all. Crazy.
I went to Penabur. Oh my god.
Wait, which one?
The international school though.
I was about to go to that one, but I was in the Tangerang one, Kota Modern.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we're pretty close actually. I was actually gonna go. Which one? In
Kelapa Gading.
I went there once for. This is actually funny. For you guys know floorball? You don't know the sport?
Oh, the competition?
It's like it's a sport. It's kind of like, I think it's Swedish. Shout out to Sweden. My baby mama's over there. Maybe. I said maybe. I think said for real. You say what? He's a grown ass man. No, I know for real. But no, so floorball is basically like hockey, and then there's like a little ball, and then you just put it through the goals, and it's on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had some sort of practice at the campus over there. I went with the school in the Penabur in Tangerang over there, and I was like, oh, this school is interesting. And they told me it was like a international one. My mom was gonna put me in that school, but we had friends closer in like Kota Modern over there, you know. So it would have been great. Imagine crossing paths.
Yeah, like
I was only there for like 1 till first grade to 3rd grade.
Oh, never mind. I was there. Never mind. I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, probably
the worst time. You know. Middle school people are.
Middle school.
No.
Growing up Asian Americans. Oh man. Yeah. But the whole experience of the Asian American and then like the Asian experience is so different. It's unique, and that's what people don't realize, because the media sees like, okay, you're Asian, you're Asian, but then there's
the different experience.
You know, the little socioeconomic stuff. You know, obviously a lot of Asian Americans. A lot of them don't even speak the language of their parents.
Yeah,
I didn't really know Indonesian until I went to school there, to be honest with you. So, because being in the U.S., like I only practiced really with my mom, and my cousins didn't really know it, and then aunts and uncles. But you don't practice like the thing with like people that are immigrants that say like from Mexico. There's so much Mexicans and people that speak Spanish. The language is everywhere, so it makes sense to learn it. But then Indonesian is like so rare.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, like that's what I also love in LA, because finding little pockets of just, wait, you're Indonesian? You're Indonesian?
Yeah.
It's like family. That's why I love the consulate. Shout out to y'all embracing us. I know they have that bazaar every Wednesday, right, for Ramadan.
Yeah,
you know,
happy Ramadan.
Yeah, for everybody that's fasting. I'm on a fast right now too. 7 days, y'all. Just 7 days.
Wow,
really?
Yeah, I'm on 7th day, y'all.
Oh my
God. Actually, it's 7 days already.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm locked in, y'all. I just drink water. That's what I do. And the tears of my competitors. I'm sorry. I just got too passionate. I was back in my character, Priyadi. I was a little too negative. But back to positivity. Back to positivity. That's how we transition to the next question of positivity. Okay? That's how we transition. I know you guys were talking about how you guys are more realistic. I want to say negative because I think you guys are more realistic, and that's how you guys get things done, to be honest with you. How can positivity help us cope with and cope with adversity and challenges? And any way that positive, because you can't be negative 100%. Is there any time where you're like, oh man, this is so stressful, I gotta find this person, was there a moment where you're like, man, I just gotta forget this and live the good life, and then cope with that the adversarial life and everything, because life is never smooth, especially in LA. There's always something happening. Is there any moments that you can think of?
Maybe going back to the context of like a film set.
Yes, please.
Like being positive helps you take risks in a way, like being positive and optimistic. Like it helps you, like, because if you're being just being realistic, not negative.
Yes,
realistic.
yeah, there we go.
You're not gonna take risks. You're not gonna take like, oh, maybe we should take this a step further. Maybe we should take this just like, play it safe. But being positive about things of like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we gotta get it done. And we're optimistic about this. We're positive about this, and it allows you to take risks. And yes, and it may fail, but when it succeeds, like it elevates your work, your film, like even more.
It's worth it. It's worth the stress. You know what I'm saying? Because also I think, see, this one, it's funny they say they're negative, but I think about their whole like with our project with Priati and everything, all that stuff. You guys had a lot of uncertainties. Like you guys mentioned the whole casting stuff, like making it like it's a period piece. So you had something very specific with the kids and everything. The money. That's another. Location stuff is everything. You guys had built a solid team, but that wasn't like overnight. There was so many moving pieces. So especially with filmmaking, I'm sure you all can agree. You need to be realistic, of course, because nothing. It's like it doesn't come from out of nowhere. But also sometimes it's nice to be a little delusional. Right? Don't you agree?
Yeah. I guess so.
You could elaborate more on the delusion a little bit, please.
I mean, we like being delusional. I mean,
that's what we do.
It was probably not delusional. It's more like
that's like a crazy.
It's like a dream. Like you have a dream, and it could be delusional, but it's like you're gonna work
absolutely
to that point. Like you're gonna work yourself out until to that point. I don't know. I mean, I'm always delulu, but I'm always also like stressing out because it doesn't happen as fast as I thought it would be.
That's true.
Like
we
get rejections.
That's
rejections. Like, rejections negative, but it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's like it wouldn't stop us to.
I love that.
Create. It wouldn't stop us to do what we love because we already invested so much.
You guys got that passion for a lot of passion, and that's what I respect about y'all, because you guys, like I said, I'm sure there's a lot of rejections, and people don't see that, right? People see in social media like, oh yeah, we got film circuit, this, that. Oh, you guys are killing it, but you don't realize there's like 100 rejections.
Yep.
I had to pay taxes. Shout out to taxes.
Pay
taxes, everything, all the BS behind the scenes. But that's the thing. Yeah. I would say you guys are more realistic, and that realism helps a lot dealing with all the BS because there's so many bumps in the road. Yeah. You guys are used to just. Sounds crazy, but used to the beatings, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like I'm good.
Get used to it.
Yeah, you're like you honestly, this industry, you kind of have to get used to it. All the rejections, and then the worst part is like with auditions, y'all know this, when there's no response at all. It's like when like a partner is like, oh yeah, I had a fun date. Crickets. Not shouting out anybody, but stop playing, girl. Like hit me up again, Damn, I know you paid for dinner and everything. Oh, sorry, that's too much. Next talking point. Practical strategies for spreading positivity.
Practical
strategy. So they joke a lot about negativity, but you guys, I'm telling y'all, another flowers on set. The love that y'all gave me, the good energy, like I'm telling you, I loved every second of this, and we weren't even there for the full day. It was like what, 8?
Yeah, 8 hours, 9 hours.
It flew by, and I want to be there for overnight.
Not overnight.
After nights session. Oh, sorry. Don't leave. They can't see you on the camera. Please, guys. The real Patty's coming out now. After 30 episodes, but it was so much fun. Like I said, cast and crew, everybody, everybody. It was so much fun. Like the good energy. It was just. How do you guys cultivate that environment? Like when you guys are on set, for example, because you guys are leading it. Directing, doing all that stuff. Is there any tips for young filmmakers out there that want to have like a set that's inclusive, cinema inclusion, and that's fun, but also brings that creativity. Yeah. Like any tips for that, or like how did you guys walk through that?
I think we'll speak to
please.
But I think for my own like set experience, especially and behind the scenes, like all of us we'll be like of course we'll be unsure of stuff. We'll be like, ooh, should we do this? Oh my god, this is gonna look ugly, it's gonna look bad.
Yeah.
But once you're on set, you gotta act like you know it. Like you gotta act like especially if you're the director.
Yeah. Like
you gotta act even though you don't know even though you don't know what's going on. You have to be convincing, and you have to know which direction. You have to be decisive on which direction, because you have an entire crew behind you that's going to follow your instructions and going to follow your lead and vision. And if you don't know anything, like the whole crew is just they won't be away. So even though like behind the scenes there will be times where like 99% where you'll just be like, oh shoot, like
there's uncertainty because
like,
something comes up that day, right?
Yeah, like I don't know, like, oh, is this shot good? Like, oh, should we do this lighting or should we even do this shot? Oh, how's this performance? But during on set, you just have to, like fake it till you make it. You just have to to tough it up and like, you have to.
You just have to wing it, to be honest.
Yeah, wing it. And in terms of like the inclusivity part, I mean that's given because, I mean we're all we're all international students here. Not students anymore. We're all international. We're all international aliens. And so that's sort of like that's the environment that we sort of like want to drive. Is like we want to have as many people that are not from, they're not white, that are not white male, that are here, that are as diverse as possible, that are also international, non-US people to contribute, so that it could help their visa, so that it could help their experiences, their portfolio, and that's just. So like that's the environment that we want to build. I think, and that's from my end. And Victoria, what about you?
Please.
I guess it's also like piggybacking of your thing. I mean, it's surrounding yourself. Like the inclusion comes naturally. It's like you surround yourself with the people that you want to surround yourself with. That's good. So it's just like these people already. You kind of you don't really curate it, but like it's just there because they have the same vibe. Like you feed off each other's vibes, and it's all positive.
Yeah,
why not?
But that's where the positivity comes in. Like popcorns, you know what I'm saying? Because like if you're just by yourself and you're alone, you're like, oh man. But then you find your tribe, your people. Like you guys have a good group.
You trust, and then you can just trust them.
Yeah.
Like when you're on set, you get that moments of like you don't know what to do, but then you remember like, oh, the people around you is here for you, like to support. This film has the same like vision and passion towards what you're doing. Like that's why they said yes to the project in the first place. And mind you, like most of the stuff that we do, sometimes people are unpaid. So like just that by like them wanting to work with us and trust us,
shows the dedication,
trust the story. Yeah, that in itself is already like the gift.
Yeah, that's a blessing right there. How do you get that buy-in though for people, especially the ones that like it's one thing when people you pay them and of course you're expected something. But imagine like you said, there's some people that unpaid intern or unpaid doing this like big roles in the production. How do you guys get that buy-in, so to speak, like in your own ways? Is there any like strategies you have? Maybe you can share any tactics, manipulation tactics? No, I'm kidding. Don't manipulate people.
Do not manipulate people.
Yes, But if but any tactics for that, y'all, for the buy-in?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like imagine, because like you guys mentioned how there's like maybe a sound operator or whatever that doesn't get paid for doing what he's doing. But how do you make that person like passionate enough and driven enough to like give their all, even though they're not getting paid for it? Like how do you convince them that this is worth it? This will be worth it, even though there's no money behind it. Yeah.
I think that's a lot of that's a huge part in like short film. That's a huge part in being in LA, especially, and being still in the short film scene, is that a lot of people are hungry and passionate about the stuff that they want to do, and so like money comes is a secondary thing, in terms of actually like making art, and that's like, and if you find someone who's passionate with the story, if you find a crew that's passionate. We have like unpaid like production assistants, unpaid camera operators, but of course we pay gas. Of course, we would reimburse gas and everything like that. But like, and provide food, everything. But in terms of like the actual work, the reason why they actually want to do it's really because of the story, and it depends. Like it differs, like each story is to one another,
and it goes back to the writing, like you were saying. The writing is good. Wow, it comes back to the point he was mentioning. The writing first, y'all. If your writing is booty, everything else gonna be booty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Emphasis on booty because you're gonna see a lot of booty. That's all I'm gonna say. Rhythmic. There's gonna be a lot of rhythmic booty shaking. That's all I gotta say. It's a lot. I watched it, y'all, and I'm like, I'm still processing it right now. You're crazy for all the edits. I'm like, goodness gracious. Everyone, don't bring your mama, please. Unless she's just sugar mama. At Patty Setiari is my Instagram. My number on WhatsApp.
What's your Venmo?
Venmo is at Patty Setiari. My Zelle is at Patty Setiari at gmail.com. Stop playing, y'all. But I forgot what his name. Yeah. But that's so good that you mentioned how like the buy-in is easier when like the culture is there, when the writings are, when it's like easy to want, you know, because like if it's, let's say it's a production that's booty, even if it's a person that's passionate about like being a production assistant, being in like production, whatever, if it's, you don't see the vision, how are you going to convince that person?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's going to be really hard because they're going to look at it like, man, this, also since you guys are young, like I can't imagine y'all like, you definitely hire people that are older than you, right?
Oh, yeah, I think different ages.
Different ages, right? Like, how do you guys deal with that then? Because there's like an ego thing too. You know how it is, the older you are, and then imagine someone younger with you telling you like, imagine having a boss that's like 19, especially nowadays. You know that these TikTokers, they could be bosses of people that are like 30 years old. Like, how do you guys maneuver around that, the age kind of thing? Because that's also what NIFTY stands for. Was it National something? I forgot.
National Film Festival
for Talented Youth. Because they're talented youth. You know what I'm saying? Talented youth. How do you guys have that what is it called? Sternness, because you guys are younger, but you can direct people that are older than you. How do you guys deal with that?
I don't really think about it like when I'm doing it. I mean, it's like it goes back to like what, as far as I've worked, it's mostly like a project where like people just want to be part of it because either it's like the community that they wanted to join in this, or like either it's because they love the craft of either it's acting or the craft of whatever you work behind the scene. So there's no really like a strategy of trying to how to direct older people. I guess it just comes naturally where you're just on set and then you wanted to make something out of it and you're here to do your job and to have fun and then to make the story come to life. So as far as my experience, I don't really have anything that I applied specifically to. I guess it's just like the way you talk to them. There's different. There's nothing really like I talk to them like normal. How you respect other people, like even to kids, it's just the same way, different language ish. I think I don't know. I don't really, for me at least, I don't differentiate.
I think I echo the same thing. Like Victoria, in a way that's like, I think if you're on set, it's already like a mechanism where automatically you have a like a sort of like a set hierarchy you need to follow, and regardless of age, regardless of experience,
absolutely,
like you need to follow. Like for example, like actors need to follow like the assistant director when like like quiet on set, like okay back to one, like
it's a respect thing.
And then director like and then of course like actors also need to listen to like the director, camera operators regardless of age need to listen to the DP. And so like it's like there's already an embedded set dynamic that regardless of age. But I do agree like with Victoria's point of like with the language, of course there's got to be like subtle differences of how you speak to like elders and like younger
absolutely
and like in terms of like speaking to actors, I think the most important part is like regardless of their age, whether it be like old or like even young kids, like super young kids, like as long as you're treating them as actors and not kids, but like you're treating them professionally.
There you go, professional, that's key.
And that's I think that's the point,
man. And honestly, they always treat me professionally, y'all. I loved working on set. When they said shake the booty, I was like left or right, you know. I like to listen. Y'all.
Shake it harder.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta see it.
But going back to the whole like actor like director relationship thing. When it comes to that, do you like when actors give their own spin on certain characters, for example, right? Or are you guys the type of directors that would be like my vision or the highway, like a little Tarantino style, like you know what I'm saying? Like walk me through that. Like what's y'all thought process with that, with the actors and stuff?
I don't know. Well, I guess I'm still learning on how to do that, but so far, I hire I also casting direct. What am I saying? What I also cast. So I tend to like find actors who I guess have their own choice when it comes to the character. Like you don't have to specifically do what I say, but I like you to experiment because you're an actor. That's your job. Like you're not here to be my puppet. Well, yes, and then no at the same time.
Yeah, it's like, hard, right? Yeah,
it's like I want to see what you bring to the table because I've hired you for this. Like I've seen you in the tapes and I trusted you to do this. Like I want to see what you bring on the table. I guess that's what I'm trying to do. But also like because if we're the director, like we're gonna steer the way the vision is. So we know what we want, but then also like open it up to their interpretation, the actor's interpretation, because you never know what happens. And sometimes like mistakes on set, like if you forget a line or two, like I guess I can apply it to the context of The Next Thing I Know I'm Dead. Like they're kids and they would make mistakes. Obviously, even adults do.
Of course,
They're amazing, by the way. They like memorize their lines.
Shout
out to Sophia and Rosalie. Like they're amazing. But yeah, like they made a mistake, but then it ended up being something like I see it in the editing room and being like, oh, this is like it's not a mistake. It comes naturally in their own response as an actor, as a person, to the material and to the story. And so I just find it. I love working with actors, and that's why I try to learn how to be an actor. And yeah, it's a collaborative. It's always have been a collaborative work, at least for me. Like I don't. You don't need to be perfect.
She's not the like, hey, I need this to be like this, all right?
Yeah, no, you don't need to be perfect. Like I'm not. I majority of the time I don't even know what I'm doing. So it's just like
me too, man.
Like we figure it out on our together. We
figure it out together.
That's for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, echoing like what Victoria said, like I agree. Like, but I think in terms of like practically speaking, I think we try to get variations of different takes.
Yeah.
Like that's I guess
that's
the goal. That's
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Like variations, like
a lot of variations.
Yeah, I know. Like because like yeah, we don't want like I think both of us have the same ethos in a way that's like we don't want it to be like like the pacing has to be this like every beat every take it's got to be the same exact pacing. You got to say it this way because you never know in the editing room. Yeah, like you never know like if you only have that one variation of a take. And then suddenly in the editing room, the pacing falls off, and you don't have any different. And you're like, takes. Damn, it's like tough. Shit. And it has to be like reshoots or something. Yeah, like that. And then that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's a whole money.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah, that's money.
Yeah. So actors like definitely like I echo Victoria in saying like like I want them to experiment too. Of course, there's got to be like a take that's like on paper. Yeah. And then there's got to be takes where experiment with the pacing, experiment. Have fun, be wild.
Oh, I'm a be real sure. There was definitely a lot of wild ones. I'm glad y'all picked the ones that I went extra wild for. So shout out to them. Yeah, I told you I left all my blood, sweat, and tears on that set. Everything. Yeah, everything.
Everything.
All the baby oil, all that stuff. Oh. Shout out Diddy. I mean, I'm kidding. No, he wasn't there. Guys. He wasn't there. I promise. Not that I know. Not that I know of. But I'm glad that you guys were saying because like it's great to see that whole like that you guys love the collaborative element because I mean that's what art is. It's not a one-way thing. You can't. I mean technically you could. I guess you can draw it to yourself, but you always want to give it to somebody else, groups of people, the community and stuff. So that collaboration is so beautiful, and the fact that you guys aren't crazy directors. Shout out to that because I don't think I would have fun. To be honest, I don't know. Oh, that's the T. Not crazy
director, but crazy actor.
Oh. True.
I can't even deny it. Yeah, I'm crazy, y'all. You guys gonna see it and you're gonna be like,
that's why you're hired.
There we go. If I wasn't crazy, I wouldn't be hired, y'all. That's true though. So that's just how it is, And now we're gonna circle back to our final talking point, y'all. Finally, your favorite part: overcoming negativity. Woo! Oh, she's like, oh. All right, negativity, y'all. My question for y'all. Okay. What role does self-compassion play? Ready? And maintaining a positive mindset, and how can we practice it? I know we were talking about all that negativity that you guys are talking about. You guys. I think they mentioned this before, but instead of positive affirmations, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm stupid. How can we reverse that? And have more self-compassion?
Eddie can be our therapist.
Yeah. Hey, our therapist at the school.
Hey, I need a therapist. To be honest. But yeah, how can we have more self-compassion, y'all? Because you guys are honestly killing those intros. No imposter syndrome. I meant it from the bottom of my heart. Y'all do it all. I'm talking producing, writing, directing, acting, all that stuff. You guys are super multi-talented. More flowers again. This is why I brought y'all to the show. Sending my flowers, more positivity. But that's self-compassion. How can you guys implement that more in your life? Or if you guys don't, is there any way in your life that you guys think you could plug it in? Especially you guys, because you guys do like the 9 to 5 work job too, right?
Do, yeah. That's a tough question.
It's a tough one.
Because I mean, of course, like we try to overcome our negativity, our our spiraling down train of thought every single day of like when being beat up at when tired from work, when tired from rejections, tired from
life and everything,
having no
relationships,
idea.
all that stuff. That's the tea,
no funding, no money.
No honey, no money, all that. It's sad, y'all.
So sometimes it's a bit tough, to overcome those. But you just gotta.
He just got power through.
Just gotta power. Just gotta power through.
Yeah.
Because.
Anything you gotta say about that?
No, but it's true. Like, I mean, what else can you do? I guess I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but like we've been in our lows. Yeah. We know because we're friends.
Yeah, so you guys are close.
We talk, but I guess it's just like taking a day, just one day at a time, and then try to find the fun of it. Like our daily affirmation is those negative words, but then like in the end of the day, we're gonna be like, let's just have matcha together.
Yeah.
Shout out to matcha. Green.
Shout out to matcha.
Shout out to matcha.
This is our matcha.
That's their tip. Find something that gives you love and passion and positivity. Matcha does for them. And I think also like for you guys have that community together, and then also with the whole crew having that, like, even if everyone is like feeling Debbie Downer negative, what ends up happening is, in math, shout out to the Asian parents and Asians out there, negative and negative equals what?
Positive.
Thank you. Arigato. That was the passion. That's how we do it. That's why I brought them. Double negative and positive. That's how. See, it all worked. They didn't know.
Negative,
positive. There we go. That's gonna be the clip right there. Negative, positive. But it's so fun. I'm glad that you guys are so vulnerable and sharing about that negativity, because people, like, that's the thing too. Also, toxic positivity is a big thing too. Where everyone's like, "Oh, great day, everybody! Yeah, everybody, all this stuff." Every day is not like that, especially when you're working 9 to 5, doing all this stuff, worrying about immigration stuff, family stuff, dating. Oh my goodness, it's a headache, especially this era. Shout out to that. Goodness gracious, crazy.
Yeah, but we don't speak of.
We don't say all that stuff. But it's beautiful also acknowledging the negativity, because it's part, like you mentioned in the beginning. There is no positivity without the negativity. You need the darkness to get the light. You need both balances. It can't be just, oh, sunshine and rainbow, sunshine. And it also can't be just like metal, heavy, darkness, all that stuff. Because when it is just one or the other, you're just dead at that point, You're just dead. So you kind of need the balance. And that's the beauty of art. There's always the mix of everything that interwoven. There's the sensual, but there's also the sacred, a little balance. You know how it is. I'm a holy young man, y'all. I go to church every day.
Every day?
Mom, I'm sorry. Pastor's child, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Blessings and all that good stuff. But y'all, any like final words that you guys want to wrap up to the audience out there? Words of advice for any future filmmakers and all that stuff for the Patty Show?
You've been in it longer than I
am. Come on now.
I think going back again, there won't be positivity if you don't embrace. Let me repeat that for the soundbite. Please. There won't be positivity if you don't embrace negativity, and there won't be you will not grow if you're not open to being shaped, and you won't have a strong community if you don't allow banter in it. So like that's just the way it is. Just plow through every single day. Whether it be in films, whether it be in your work, whether it be in your art, whether it be in your community. I mean, just go through it. If you keep it consistent, you'll reach somewhere eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just gotta plow through. In your relationships, you just gotta plow through. Quoted by that's what he said, not me. Not me. Victoria, what you guys say about plowing through?
Tinder advice from Patty.
Tinder advice from Patty.
Hinge. Shout out to Hinge. Stop blocking me. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. We'll talk later. Anyway, Victoria, please talk about the final words.
Seriousness. I guess it's just finding joy in everyday life. Like, I mean, it's life. It's hard, but like trying to find a little bit of fun in it, and like surround yourself with people that could bring you joy. Like, I mean, I used to live alone, and now I live with like Cedric's my housemate, flatmate,
wow, that's
whatnot.
awesome.
And like I've been enjoying it, so it's been fun, and we laugh, and we cry, and we self-deprecate together.
At least y'all do it together. There
Exactly.
we go. That's it. That's
alone.
it. Because remember, negative and negative is positive. Arigato. That's how we do it in the Patty Show, y'all. Guys, you gotta share the Instagrams, the socials, the next projects. Please go crazy, go crazy. What we got coming up next? Go crazy. Who wants to go first? Cedric?
Follow Cinema Inclusion.
Yeah, follow
at
Cinema Inclusion, where you can see all of our updates from our projects. The next thing icing on her cake, just wrapped. It's festival run. Woo! And then we are starting festival runs for Rhythmic Exerciser Priyadi and
the next thing I know, I'm dead.
And so follow more for updates on the festival circuit for that, and follow our upcoming developing projects.
Yes, and you can find them on Instagram at, what is it? Your personal?
Zippity.
Yes. How you spell it?
No comment, just Zippity.
Zipedy.
Yes.
Got you. And then
Cedric Chaha.
How you spell that one? That's the tough one.
Cedric Cedric Chaha Tjaha. Shout
out to the foreigners out there that we got some people from Sweden.
Shout out
Ivory Coast. So we don't know how to spell it. So I'm glad you guys shared it. And then Patty Show Podcast on YouTube. Let's get some 100 subscribers. Stop playing, y'all. Spread the love, positivity.
1 million subscribers.
1 million. Amen. And the plaque we're gonna put in the back. Everything like that. We're on studio, Cinema Inclusion collaboration coming real soon. All that good stuff. Oh, we got a lot of teasers coming, y'all. But thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all for coming, giving the advice to everybody. And the next episode is gonna be fun too. We're gonna talk about some passion, good vibes, and we're gonna end with a little synchronistic arigato if you can. Okay. On 3, we're gonna go arigato. We'll come in nice and close over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Arigato.
Thank you, everybody. That was the Patty Show. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySatiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.